Right here on Rewind 94.3. We're really glad to have our friend Dave Caruso with us today. And for those of you that don't know, Dave was in a little band called Caruso with his three brothers.
Three brothers.
So four guys all together. And you were kind of a big deal around here. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. I know this is a great story I have. When I started my business, I ran across you somehow. And we were working on something, and I said, used to be a group called Caruso back in the 80s, and they sang this great song called Emerald City. I loved it. And you were like, yeah, that was us.
I remember that.
That was so weird. I'm like, you're kidding. And I'm like, do you have a copy of that? Can you give me a copy of that? I haven't heard this since like 1983, 84. And it was amazing. And so, we've stuck together since then. And here we are. Cool. 10 years later.
And when did you start all this?
Believe it or not, 1975.
Wow.
We were together.
Old? Kind of a Osmond thing.
Well,
the family, the family
there wasn't
business.
8 of them.
We
there was
followed
4.
all the family bands, of course, because we were family. You can't. But there's a lot of bands that have family in them that you don't know are family.
Oh yeah.
If you dig a little bit, the Van Halen brothers, But I'm not saying back that far. But
right. Well, it was.
It's really interesting to see that aspect of it. But anyway, we were together 12 years, and then they went a couple more years after that. And of course, we keep doing reunion shows and stuff like that.
Were you mostly like vocal stuff, or was everybody?
How did that all pan out? Who played what, Dave?
Well, my dad offered each of us we could take whatever lessons we wanted to. So I picked piano, Rob picked drums. Joe and Mike had sax and trumpet. But then when Rob and I, a drummer and keyboard player, had a band with the neighbors, my brothers wanted in, and they said, we want to do a band with you. So we ended up putting the 4 brothers together instead.
That's cool.
And the harmonies between brothers are great.
It really is something.
It really is something. I remember when my kids started their band, and Adam wasn't singing with the band, and we had a producer come up and he was like, why is his brother not singing with him? The harmonies that you can get with brothers is amazing. And you have 4. And did they all sing, or was there 2 lead singers, or how did that work?
At the beginning, everybody got to sing, but we had a couple of problems with that. One is that we would argue about whether we needed an individual sound within the band, and the other one is that other people would say you should have more of one sound. But singing 3 hours in a bar on the nights that we weren't doing headlining things is hard. So my brother Rob would be the second lead singer most of the time. And then we both co-wrote together, too, at the end. So that way, when I left the band, Rob did a whole album of songs with the 3 guys.
Wow. That is insane. And here you are, and you're still writing music. You're still doing good stuff. Well, we're going to get into this a lot more as we go, but I want to play a tune here from Caruso. This is one of my favorites. It's not Emerald City, but it is London.
And this was written at a sound check, or first played at a sound check, and Rob and I had the triplet riff down. We knew we were going to do the La 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 London, and we tried it out, and we instantly knew this was going to be our single. And
what year was this from, Dave?
1987.
1987. Here it is. It's his second time debuting on Dance Hall Days. We played this not so long ago, probably almost a year ago.
Yeah.
But it's a great tune. Here it is. Dave Caruso and his brothers and Caruso. Nice. That's Dave.
It's Dave.
Were you
That's
Dave in the
lead vocals on that
vocals. One? They should say the title a few times in that song so we can remember it.
What was the name of that song? They didn't repeat it enough.
Redundant.
Well, let me. When did you? I mean, how long do you know to keep going on with that? I mean, when do you say
grooves,
okay?
That's not my department, but they when we got that producer, that was the producer when we got in the studio, and he taught us about you do the chorus and then you fly it in for the second chorus and the third chorus. You take that vocal you already sang and you put it over there, and so we didn't know that before that. We were just doing everything really,
that Mutt Lang, he is a slave driver.
He is indeed. So cool. It's just so cool because that song easily. should have been up there with all the other ones that we listened to at that time. And
Thanks.
the
man.
production is
Yeah.
great.
That's
Absolutely.
Eric Morgeson from Studio A in Dearborn, and he's still there. And they do a lot of great work, and including Aretha Franklin has recorded there.
Ooh,
Nice. They don't let him go home. He's been there. He's been there 35 years.
been chained there forever.
We started out in his garage, and then it became an actual. They rebuilt the whole structure there, and it's beautiful.
I love that stuff. That's
wild.
cool stories.
It's really good. Hey, this is Pop Goes the 80s, and
Oh yeah,
there's no better band for the 80s than the Cars. This is Since You're Gone. We got Dave Caruso here, and Dave, a singer-songwriter, a musician, a former, I don't want to say it was a boy band.
No, it was a boy band.
It was?
It was pretty much.
I can say that then.
I don't think nobody
Former
called
boy
it
band guy.
that then. yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I mean, clearly.
Let me count the ways.
All right, so for some time now, you've been writing music and putting it out. And last was it 2014?
14
You put out your last album
with artwork by Brad Schreiber.
Yeah, I got to do the artwork for that all the way through it.
Yeah, it's really good too.
And I was so nervous because when you called me up and you were like, "Hey, well, how do you feel about doing, the album artwork for this?" And I'm like, "Whoa, what are you thinking?" And he was like, "Well,
way too specific."
Yeah. And he goes like, "Well, how about Captain?" No, it was Brown Dirt Cowboy, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. You were saying, I kind of like the idea of this, where all of the titles are found in
represented. Yeah,
right. And I'm like, wow, I'm not really a painter or anything. I wasn't really sure where we were going, and I'm like, I'm a cartoonist, right?
Yeah, but it was beautiful. It came out just so well, and I was very bossy about it because I knew what I wanted. But you just went to town.
You were very kind
So
and
the cover
and
of
patient.
Cardboard Vegas Roundabout, and it basically describes that, and it also has all the titles right on the cover, which is nice.
Yeah, that was something. It really was.
I've
And
never seen it. I want to see it.
you haven't seen it?
I got one here. I'll give
He's
you
got
one.
a copy of it
Awesome.
right here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
1995.
So you've got. No,
Can't
this is
tell.
the 80s, not the 90s.
Okay.
So do you have any other projects coming up?
Yeah,
Are you working on
I'm
one?
working on a new one right now, and
Awesome.
this one's in my home studio, so I'm going to have my hands right on the dials this time.
Oh, nice.
And get exactly what I want. And there's 2 songs pending, and I don't want to tell you the titles because they're so good. If I say so myself.
That's a teaser if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, the titles are really, really good. So I'm working on that. And then, but this one here is about Facebook. It's about social media. It's about letting it get away from you. Like the entire time we've been here, I've been on social media. It's like that. And it's also about...
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
Dave's here tonight, and time permitting, he'll do the radio show.
Yes, I might get around to it. At least I'm not taking a test.
Oh!
Taylor, so sorry.
Wait a minute.
So
Run
sorry.
with it. It's fine.
Did you pass?
Wait a minute. Who's getting paid to be
Yeah.
here tonight?
If you would drink-
Dave, are you getting paid to be here tonight? No. Rick, you?
No.
You? No.
Not that I know
Taylor.
of.
Me.
Hello.
She's getting paid to take a test.
That's okay. She does put up with us quite a lot, and at
does.
least she's not a fake friend or anything
Well,
like that.
she gives it back.
That's right. But this,
All right, so you brought us a song from Cardboard Vegas Roundabout. Can you set this up for me and tell us about what we're going to hear?
Have you ever had a friend that had other friends, and you wonder why they're friends with them? You're like, that's not really your friend.
Every day of
They
my life.
hang out with those people because they're party friends. But they really aren't the kind of friends you want when you're in a bad place. Helping you out.
Why are we looking at each other?
Your fake friend.
Man,
yeah.
you just-
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's what this is about too.
Nice.
So how long did it take you to write this, and did you have anybody in mind?
Nobody was.
You
in
can
mind.
name names here. You're
no,
safe.
but everything I do is a composite. So you draw on all the people you know, and there are people I know in the song, but I'll never tell. And
Everybody right now on your Facebook is like, "Is it me? Is it me?"
Hey, there's
very-
only 5 people listening. Go ahead.
the
Name
very
names.
first song, the very first line of the song is "Got a room full of noise and a pocket full of dreams," and the room full of noise was a reference to "Cellar Full of Noise," the Brian Epstein book, Beatles. So.
Well, without any further ado, this is Dave Caruso and Your Fake Friends. Rewind 94.3, that was Dave Caruso and Your Fake Friends off of the album Cardboard Vegas Roundabout.
That's right.
Oh, I'm always dyslexic on that. I could never. That's my problem. What's wrong with me? Honestly, I had it going, and then I stopped. I second guessed myself, and that's what happens.
Do you remember an old Hall & Oates album called
Abandoned Luncheonette?
Abandoned Luncheonette.
Oh,
that's the feel. The feel I wanted for that song, that title. That title had to sound. It sounded like that to me.
Now, how many people were playing on that album, Dave?
Only about 4 or 5.
Okay, and you played piano on it, or guitar?
Piano, guitars, and all the vocals.
Wow, so you did all the backing vocals, you recorded them, did an Enya kind of a thing?
There you go.
Yes,
I love Enya.
I love Enya too.
I'm very much like Enya. You can hardly tell us apart.
Wow.
You know what?
Please sing Orinoco Flow for me.
That song kind of had a sitcom title feel to it. You know, nothing derogatory.
Now,
I mean, kind of a replacement.
That is interesting. That's weird because Dave, there was a song on there, I think Champion.
Champion, yeah.
And he was talking about, this song could be, and it's got a really great Beach Boys feel to it. Actually, he had put out a great single that emulated the Pet Sounds album, complete with goats.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it was awesome.
Alpacas.
Alpacas, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Wow.
Technical term.
Wow.
I don't
There was
really
a goat
do
on his album, but on mine was alpacas.
Well, aside from Mike Love. Aside from Mike, like,
But I kid.
when you did Champion though, we did
a couple 30-second versions of it for TV show intros, and I actually wanted to sell that, and I just don't know how to do it.
It kind of had that Replacements feel to it, that theme to Friends thing. It's good stuff. And for everybody out there, we have all received complimentary 1995 versions of this double disc, and I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
Dave, thanks for being here. And you know what? We're not letting you go for another hour yet. We got some more stuff. And a big treat coming up. Something that's never been heard before from the Caruso days, right?
That's right.
And we're not going to say anything more about that. We're going to tease it. But for all of you out there listening, all you new listeners out there, thank you for joining us. Hope that you come back because we keep playing stuff like this. Well, welcome to Dance Hall, Dave. Hey man, thanks so much for bringing on this stuff and sharing this with us. I mean, it's a real treat that you'd come out here and after being with 4,500 audiences that you're here with us. I mean,
thanks for having me.
And it sounds like you're monitoring the social media, and it sounds like it's been pretty favorable this evening. Yes,
hopefully got you a couple new fans.
All right.
Well, or a couple new lawsuits. Probably.
Could we be up to 7 fans? Dare I say?
Oh, don't tease! Don't tease!
You were, but then one died in a plane crash. So
he catches on so quick.
He went there. I can't believe it.
Hey, before we go, let's ask Rick a question. Rewind 94.3. Did you bring anybody with you today? Did you bring like a companion of any kind?
Me?
Yeah, you didn't. I don't see that you have anybody with you.
No.
Taylor, did you? Taylor, is there a man in your life or?
That's a big no.
No, there's a no on that too. So, and I noticed that I'm sort of. There's no one sitting next to me at all.
Right.
But no one sent me a memo saying that we could bring somebody with us.
No, I didn't get it either.
So the three of us are standing here with like nobody. I just don't.
All right, knock it off, all of you. Thank you very much.
Or else what?
But
I got nothing.
But the only thing I can say in her defense, in your companion's defense, is that she brought the great, amazing food.
Good stuff in here.
Amazing food.
It's the best. You're the best. You're so good.
Wait, you told me I was the best.
You are the best.
Whoever's going to be on my mic is going to smell peanut butter.
Ooh. Okay, with that, we'd like to thank our friend Dave Caruso for joining us today, right here on Rewind 94.3. And you've been a consummate gentleman and a great friend, and certainly a encyclopedia of knowledge here.
Wasn't sure where you were going.
I know. I thought about it. I thought about it. But right now, we're going to end this show with one of my favorite Dave Caruso songs, and it's not even from his Caruso days. This is one of his latest efforts, and it's one of my favorites. It's a song called Champion. Look him up. You can find him out there on the web. You can find him on Facebook, and you can certainly find him at Amazon.com. Buy the album, Cardboard Vegas Roundabout.
And thanks everybody for listening.
That's it. We're signing off. This is Brad and Rick,
Peace out.
Dance Hall Days champion.
Mic drop.